What's the scale of the domestic abuse in Lowestoft and the Waveney area?
Our 2 women every week die from domestic violence. The police statistics for the Waveney area that are reported, which is usually the tip of the iceberg, is over 400 every quarter, and over 150 would be repeat victims. If you think of Waveney and Ipswich, Ipswich is a larger city, and our figures are nearly as bad as their figures, so we do have a high level of domestic violence.
Do you know what factors contribute to that?
There's lots of factors for domestic violence, but in Waveney we've seen a dramatic loss of jobs, industries. There used to be lots of organisations around here which have gone. So also we have lots of alcohol and drug problems in the Waveney area, and also mental health. We've had lots of mental health reductions in services, and so with the mental health side of it, because it's not all violence, it's to do with being abused mentally as well. So with so many reductions in the services, I think this has brought the levels to the high proportion they are now.
And only 1 in 10 women actually report their abuse.
Yeah, there is a stigma with domestic violence. A lot of the women, they still love their partner, and so they find that it's they will accept it. Also, if they report it, they have fears, and they've been told by their partners that the children will be taken away, so they're terrified that social services will be involved. They don't report it to the police, because often if they report it to the police, the perpetrator is taken to the police station and then can be bailed and then can go back to the home, and so that is a vicious circle. And also they're ashamed, they don't want to tell somebody, oh, my husband and the father of my children is beating me up on a regular basis. So I think there's lots of reasons, and I do think the victims could tell you a lot more than I could.
I met a man who I thought was really lovely. Things moved really quickly. We moved in together very quickly, we got married very quickly, and we had a child together. When I look back now, I can see the controlling behaviours that were there, but at the time I didn't really take much notice of them. After my daughter was born, the physical violence started just 6 weeks after she was born. I had her in my arms when he first struck me across the face. The emotional abuse was the worst. It was worse than the physical violence. Because of my mental state, he completely played on it. I still loved him. He was the father of my child. When I was getting to the point where I felt I couldn't go on with the relationship, when I heard about leeway and realised that I was in a domestic abusive relationship, he threatened to take my child away from me, saying that my mental health would go against me and I'd never see my child again. It made it difficult for me to make that break. I went through a very gruelling process with the court system, with social services, CAFCAS, all different agencies, making it what I felt was as difficult as they could possibly make it.
I understand you're with the Dignity organisation as well?
I am, yes.
What is that?
Dignity is a campaign to help women who have been domestically abused, to help, protect the rights and welfare of their children when contact is being ordered by the court. As I explained, the court system is a very difficult place for women who have been in a domestic abuse situation, and we are there to make sure that these changes are made so that children and women are protected, and that they don't end up, well, there's no beating around the bush, they don't end up dead, because this is what can happen. It is as serious as that.
I was in a violent relationship, emotionally violent to me, and needed to get into a refuge. 3 days after I went into the refuge, my house got burnt down, thinking me and my children were inside. So luckily I picked the right time to go, otherwise me and my children wouldn't have survived, I don't think.
Who helped you when you got into England? What organisations?
It was Women's Aid. Women's Aid. I initially rang the domestic violence helpline because they'd helped me years ago previously with another situation I was in, and they put me on a waiting list, and they were fantastic. They were brilliant. I couldn't have wished for a better service. They were so good to me. Managed to find me a place quite quickly, actually, within 2 days, and put me in touch with a lady and brought me back down to England. Yeah, they were fantastic.
What current situation are you and your kids in? Are you happy?
We are at the moment, yeah. We've just been rehoused after being in the refuge for a long time, and yeah, we're really settled now and we're getting there.
You're safe?
We're safe, yeah, which is the main thing, yeah. Yeah, we're getting on fantastic.
There is hope for women, yes. You've just got to be strong. You have to have the right people around you. All it took for me was one leaflet, and that was a Freedom Programme leaflet.
For all the thousands of leaflets we give out, it might be that one leaflet that a person will pick up and they see a number and I can contact, and that might be the beginning of their road to come out of domestic violence. And if we just have one person, I think if you save one person's life, that's very important.